Some argue that based on Surah 17 verse 1 of the Quran, Islam supersedes Judaism concerning Jerusalem. How is this perspective presented? This is a complex and controversial question that has been debated by scholars and religious leaders for centuries. There is no definitive answer, but I will try to explain some of the main arguments that have been made by those who believe that Islam abrogates Judaism in relation to Jerusalem. One argument is based on the interpretation of Surah 17 verse 1 of the Quran, which states, "Exalted is he who took his servant by night from al-Masjid al-Haram to al-Masjid al-Aqsa, whose surroundings we have blessed to show him of our signs. Indeed, he is the hearing, the seeing." Some Muslims understand this verse to mean that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was taken by Allah from the Sacred Mosque in Mecca to the Farthest Mosque in Jerusalem, where he prayed and ascended to heaven. This miraculous journey is known as the Isra and Mi'raj, and it is celebrated by Muslims as a sign of Allah's favor and guidance. According to this view, the Farthest Mosque, al-Masjid al-Aqsa, refers to the entire compound of the noble sanctuary, Haram al-Sharif, in Jerusalem, which includes the Dome of the Rock and the al-Aqsa Mosque. This compound is considered the third holiest site in Islam, after Mecca and Medina, and the first Qibla, direction of prayer, for Muslims. Some Muslims believe that by taking Prophet Muhammad to Jerusalem, Allah honored and sanctified the city and its surroundings, and transferred the religious authority and leadership from the Jews to the Muslims. They argue that the Jews had violated their covenant with Allah by rejecting and killing the prophets, and that Allah had chosen the Muslims as the new community of believers and the inheritors of the Abrahamic legacy. Another argument is based on the historical and political events that occurred after the death of Prophet Muhammad. Some Muslims claim that the Islamic conquests and expansions in the 7th and 8th centuries CE were a divine mandate and a fulfillment of the Quranic prophecies. They point out that the Muslims liberated Jerusalem from the Byzantine rule in 638 CE and built the Dome of the Rock and the al-Aqsa Mosque on the site of the former Jewish temples, which had been destroyed by the Babylonians and the Romans. According to this view, the Muslim presence and rule in Jerusalem was a sign of Allah's blessing and favor and a proof of the superiority and validity of Islam over Judaism. They argue that the Jews had lost their right and claim to Jerusalem, and that the Muslims were the rightful custodians and guardians of the holy city and its sacred sites. These are some of the main arguments that have been made by those who believe that Islam abrogates Judaism in relation to Jerusalem.